The winner of that game will play wildcard, so an endless NA bracket, it seems, on that side.
Yeah, no NA teams going home just yet. Good information for Canadian. Once again, I mentioned this before. His pulse is going to be so huge to stopping this plant for it to go down. You've got to be careful, though. Which one is actually the planter? Already 50% now from Bride.
I think he's got the read on it, and he gets it right as it was about to hit the point of no return, which would have thrown them in to a post plant. Now it's Uses to pick up the case. Shaiko watching the stairs, but Ambi's just so damn good. Uses shuts him down. He's concerned with the sweep up spiral. That's the first kill for Falcons. It comes with 15 seconds left in the round. 4 more players upright, and they're just gonna play keep away. Rexon swings out with the super shorty. That looked clinical. Nice surf as that gas will linger. Now it's Rexon taking damage. EFAC going down 2. A sweep in from Canadian as he manages to down 2 players. EFAC and Uses still alive, but the defuse kit needs to be picked up as they are running out of time. Rebellion now hoping that they can't get it done. EFAC runs into the smoke, and the Rebellion will clip the Falcons' wings. Bride's been most of a non-factor from a gun perspective, but you know how good he can be in a clutch. He might not need to clutch up because he's got 2 teammates here hunting for these kills. Rexon and Ambi standing against these European players. Falcons looking for the knockout punch in this round, moving to map point. Rexon will find yet another, but they need to get the diffuser in. Rexon will do just that. He's got all the kills so far. He'll have to suffer through the flames, and he gets knocked off of the spot. It does not matter if you still survive. Tachanka tucked into a corner will win the round for Falcons, and they'll move to map point.
Can't use that anymore. Still got Canadian on the splits, trying to work with some of the flashes, but it's Lickyback who strikes first once again for the Falcons.
And the most consistent player is gone. Spoit will join as well. The captain of EFAC finding 2. He's as good as gone. Rexon the lone kill so far. Surf is miles away from the action. As we saw in previous rounds, his job is not to be linked up with the execute, but he's not linked up with anybody, least of all his life. A 2v2 with Spoit wounded. Bride getting diffuser down. Solotov watching from afar. They're giving him nothing just yet. Solotov turns around. Spoit with yet another kill. And now the 2 remaining players on Rebellion will look to isolate Bride, who's got the shield put away. Gun barrel out. An advantageous position for Bride should they push from that angle. He will get one, but he turns around. A great pinch by the Rebellion. Spoit with a huge round and an easy disable. Making life as uncomfortable for the defenders as possible, taking away that roof above their very heads. But nobody present to punish. Down goes Uses to Surf, and that's the opening pick for the Rebellion.
He's so good playing in that med position. At the same time, Lickyfac dealing with Ambi on the other side of the map. Lickyfac all by himself trying to make something happen to distract for this plant. The logic bombs will try to do so as well as the med bay push comes.
Oh, Shaiko gunned down by Canadian. An honest attempt by Falcons, but Rebellion have just beaten them every single step of the way. Bride inside of Infirmary, now dead. That's not where you want to go. Almost another flawless round. Molotov's a little bit smarter than this. He is not taking the bait. He will allow that call to expire. Ambi meeting Uses head on, an opening pick for Falcons as Solotov gets on the board as well. Serve had all the information, but could not land the shots. And with the flick of a switch, Rebellion has gone down by 2 players.
Solotov and Uses, that former M&M duo, doing a great work there on the roam game. Solotov a bit of a bait, as Uses is the one to really strike first. And Solotov for 2 more right after. Spoit goes down, and this might just be a flawless round from the Falcons.
I mean, you got plenty of time if you're Rebellion. You still got your timeout to boot. Solotov killing everybody inside the server. There's a reason why we call him the Turkish Terror. He's been terrorizing this Rebellion team for the last minute and a half. The quad kill is available as Rexon still remains, but he's the only hope for Rebellion. Solotov had information, a pre-fire on the door, but the bullets go over the head of Rexon. Kudos to Rexon for actually trying this one. They've got him locked down with the yokai. Shaiko will get kill number 1,000 to win this round flawlessly, but another death mark. The last one will emerge now for Ambi to use. 10 seconds to go, 9 players still alive. Canadian toying with the Warden, Uses staying alive. A thorn in the side as Shaiko now gets taken down by Rexon. Down goes Solotov as well. It's all up to Bride. He might get the job done! Taking matters into his own hands. He knocks them off the plant, but he's shut down. Spoit and Rexon now playing far, far back, but both of their guns will have ACOG, so they can engage a little more comfortably on these long-range duels, and Brede will understand how hefty damage is done by the DMR of Spoit. Will now freeze the ground in front of him. He was hoping to defang that Grim push. Does not work. Comes a bit belated. Spoit drops. Rexon will have the cut here. Taking down the Capitao. He redeems himself. He heard us critiquing his play, and Richie will clutch to give the Rebellion round number 1. Rexon's in a precarious spot. He has to tempt Brede over on the window. They will close in on him. Multiple players, but Rexon fragging from this position, getting them all. Cannot outduel Uzis, so finally his run will end, but he struck fear into the hearts of this Falcons team. Shaiko and Uzis will very quickly need to get into the site and punish these remaining defenders. They are outnumbered 2-1. Here comes Uzis, trapped in the corner as Surf. Shaiko gets him, and now the Brit will attempt a defuse plant with Shaiko to watch. Canadian down below. Nitro Cell tossed up perfectly, blowing the round to smithereens for Falcons. 45 seconds. As 9 players still alive, Rebellion will need to do the job of disabling, or else this one will go to the Europeans. They get on the board with Solotov taking care of Ambi. Time continuing to run away. Patience is not going to help the Rebellion at this point. They need to get in and start fragging. They're running out of time. Shaiko holding them at bay. The rest of Falcons lined up so far. A very successful post plant. Rexon finds his second kill. Sidearm out with Canadian now going for the counter disable. Can they shut him down in time? From above, Rexon holding court. Canadian might get the job done. He's shut down at the final moment by Brede, and the round is won by the Falcons on time. The clutch minister himself, he wins re-election, and the Frenchman.
Or make the flank happen. Surf is not being expected.
And once again, the defuse kit going down. This time, they seem to know it. Spoit gets 2, blowing the round wide open. EFAC will need to pick up the pieces, as now he attempts his own plant. Out goes the final Toxic Babe. Frags will be the way forward for this Falcons team. 20 seconds to go. EFAC squaring himself off, but he knows that Spoit and Surf are coming. Good patience so far from Surf. Another attempt from EFAC. They're going to wait this one out. Plant started at 9 seconds. There is no room for error, and error will not be had. So worry about all that info that's going to come. You do not have to fear that late round whatsoever. There might have been some issues with fragging, but not this time around. Solotov walks in, takes no prisoners. Surf and Rexon with 2 of their own. It's all up to Rexon, though, to clutch. He's been the best player. He just struggles to hit the head of Brede.
This plant has to come in, and there's still a Nitro Cell being held on Falcons.
Ambi has surprised these Falcons players twice in a row, and they will pay dearly for it. Brede and EFAC, the last 2 standing. They've got control of Warehouse. They've got control of Rafters. Diffuse kit in the hands of Canadian. He will trust Rexon and Ambi to watch as he gets ever closer to this bomb site. Running out of time. You will have to go for this diffuse plant. Leaky Fac and Brede will be compelled into action. They have a read inside of the site. Canadian pinged. Nitro Cell goes out. It does not connect. Ambi taking some damage. Canadian still sitting on it like a mother hen. Brede engaging. Ambi with pistol out. He's found every kill so far except for one. Brede gets shut down. A huge round from the youngster, and Canadian knows a thing or two about expecting a pulse. Time running out, Jesse. Down goes Uzis. Surf will join him. Falcons fighting for their lives. Very limited time left. Canadian getting the plant down. Good coverage so far. Brede comes in. Rexon will need to close this out as the diffuser goes down. Nitro Cell tossed. It secures Canadian. Rexon had a stellar start to this map. He fell off through the mid portion. How does he do now in the dying moments? Getting himself up above the defuse kit. EFAC will also retake from above, trying to gain as much time as possible for his teammate of Brede to hop on that defuse kit, which he will do. Rexon now rotating on over. Brede off of the plant. Rexon gets the right call. Now just waiting out the time, expecting the swing. A good job from Rexon, but EFAC is there, sending us into overtime. He has but a few seconds, but he makes it work. The captain and Frenchman with the Falcon punch to send us to overtime. Aqua side, Surf taking a lot of damage from that volcanic canister. Diffuser going down. Brede will pull this one off. Where is the panic on the side of Rebellion? No urgency whatsoever. Surf living on borrowed time. A good lockout from Falcons as they have the cross established. It will really just come down to these gunfights. Breeding in particular in a very advantageous position. Rebellion stalling out. They've done almost nothing for 20 seconds. Just being fed into Breeding, who sits over top of the case. He uses sweeps through, and now it's series point for the Falcons.
Sorry, was able to get that frag, and now they're in a very strong position. Solotov falls next. It's Rexton with the long angle in the TCSG. Canadians in some trouble inside the site. He does go down, Parker, but they still have numbers.
And Breeday's still there. This is a tenuous grasp on the site for Falcons. They were able to succeed in a similar position before. Does lightning strike twice. Shaiko searching for a kill. He finds Surf, dances around the bullets. Breeding getting diffuser down. It looks like history is about to repeat itself, Jesse. They managed to pull it off. Shield goes away from Uses. Now holding against the Hordes. Rebellion with 3 players ascending the stairs. Rexton goes, Point follows, Ambi swept through, and it happens again! An incredible performance as the Falcons soar onward.